When political scientists talk about authoritarianism, they don't mean sudden coups or military takeovers. You don't lose your freedom all at once, but you lose it by only one decision at a time. And not because someone declares dictatorship, but because systems slowly stop asking for your consent. So, how does a society move from consent to control without ever officially giving up democracy? In this explainer, we look at how authoritarianism actually develops, why it feels invisible while it's happening, and what it reveals about the systems we live inside. Note that authoritarianism is not the opposite of democracy. It is what happens when democratic systems stop being able to function under pressure. Formally, authoritarianism means power becomes more centralized. Checks on authority weaken, and obedience becomes more important than participation. People don't lose their rights all at once. They slowly lose their ability to influence outcomes. Elections may still exist. Parliaments may still sit. But real power shifts elsewhere. Now note that most people imagine only two systems of governance, democracy or dictatorship. But there is a wide gray zone in between. This is where emergency powers become routine. Courts increasingly defer to the executive, and government agencies are granted broader discretion to act. Political decisions are no longer framed as choices to be debated, but as necessities that must be accepted, rather than debated. This gradual shift is what authoritarian drift looks like. So it is very important to realize that authoritarianism doesn't come from evil leaders, but from overloaded systems, economic stress, debt and inflation, political polarization, geopolitical pressure, institutional strain. Under these conditions, democracy becomes slow, conflictual, and uncertain, and that leads to a shift of power shifts upward. From voters to executives, and from executives to agencies, and from those agencies to technical and enforcement systems. What begins as crisis management becomes permanent structure. Control replaces consent. Because consent takes time, and stressed systems no longer have time. Before we continue, if you think this is valuable, please like. It helps share it with others. Subscribe so we stay informed together. Authoritarianism today rarely announces itself. It hides inside safety regulations, emergency laws, risk management, security policy, technocratic decision-making, and again, each step looks reasonable, and each step feels temporary, but together they change how power works. And then this happens. People stop asking, "Do we agree?" and start asking, "Are we allowed?" This connects to the concept we discussed in earlier videos of TNBC Explainers, like legitimacy, rule by law, democracy under strain, technocracy, and state capacity. Now what to watch for in today's world: more rules and less debate, compliance replacing consent, disagreement framed as risk. And now a question for you: where is your society right now on that spectrum? And do you see a trend, and if so, in which direction is it moving? Find the full TNBC Explainers course and overview in the description. This is TNBC Explainers, understanding how the world actually works. Authoritarianism is part of TNBC Explainers Module 2, Power, Governance, and the State. TNBC Explainers is a growing YouTube course. New concepts are added over time.